What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to recap yesterday's loss to the Carolina Panthers. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you'll know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to recap yesterday's season finale against the Carolina Panthers. We did lose this game in overtime at home, and we ended the season with a record of 8-9, which is very disappointing because this Atlanta Falcons team, I felt, had a lot of promise. I do feel like we were the most talented roster in the NFC South, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the NFC South title for the fourth consecutive season. But with that being said, the first I want to start with the positives that I took from this game. The first thing is the young phenom quarterback, Michael Penix Jr. He had his first 300-yard passing game as an Atlanta Falcon. And he played really, really well in this game. He connected with Drake London a lot in yesterday's game. Drake London had another monster game with over 180 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns, and Bijan Robinson also was special on the ground, also having about 170 yards on the ground with 2 touchdowns himself. So this Atlanta Falcons offense played really well. That three-headed monster between Penix, Drake, and Bijan, they played really well. Darnell Mooney missed the game with an injury, but he was 8 yards away from having a 1,000-yard receiving season himself. So I really feel like moving forward, we have a really good core on the offensive side of the ball. We just have to improve as far as our offensive play caller and Zach Robinson, who was in his first year at calling plays. He has to understand the flow of the game and understand time and possession and understand how to set up plays, the passing plays, the play action plays. To me, yesterday, he didn't do a good job of using play action because we were running the ball so well in yesterday's game. We should have seen more play action shots down the field, and we should have stuck more with the running game. At times, it looks like Zach Robinson, because he's inexperienced as a play caller, he doesn't understand the rhythm of the game. He doesn't understand when the running game is going, you got to stick with it. You don't want to go away from what works. Now, the negative things that I saw in yesterday's game, it all starts with the defensive side of the ball. The defense didn't look like they were ready to play yesterday. Over the last couple games, we've led the NFL in sacking the quarterback. We had 0 sacks yesterday. I was very disappointed the way that our Atlanta Falcons played yesterday's game on defense. They looked uninspired, a lot of missed tackles, guys, not being accountable. And I wasn't impressed either with us dropping guys like Judon in coverage, pass rushers. We've seen this all year under Raheem Morris, under Jimmy Lake, with them not understanding how to use certain players in certain schemes. And yesterday it showed. Bryce Young looked really comfortable in the pocket. He did pretty much anything he wanted yesterday, whether it was with his legs, where he rushed for 2 touchdowns and also passed for another 3 touchdowns in yesterday's game. And he pretty much looked supremely confident, and he controlled the game on the offensive side of the ball. Bryce Young had his way with our defense. They scored 44 points in this game, which is unacceptable, especially with Raheem Morris being a defensive-minded coach. Very embarrassing to lose the season finale at home to the worst team in your division. I believe the Panthers ended the season with 5 or 6 wins. This was very disappointing. Even though the Buccaneers won and they got into the playoffs, it was very disappointing the way that the defense played. They played very uninspired football yesterday. But at the end of the day, this blame pie can go around to each and every one of these players as far as the season as a totality. I'm disappointed in the whole team, the coaching staff, the front office. I'm very disappointed in all of these guys because they dropped the ball in this season. It was no reason why this Atlanta Falcons team should have lost or won less than 10 games. That was my bar that I set for this Atlanta Falcons team because of this roster that they put together, which was a really solid roster compared to the other rosters in the NFC South. There was no reason why this Atlanta Falcons team shouldn't have won at least 10 games, this season. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on yesterday's game against the Carolina Panthers. Personally, I think, that the Falcons didn't play inspired football, especially on the defensive side of the ball, and, poor coaching throughout the season, just inconsistency. And that's what I talked about all year long with this Atlanta Falcons team and coaching staff. It's been inconsistent football all season long. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts. I'm gonna have a lot more content coming for you guys. But as always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.